Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Just a quick announcement to go ahead and follow me on patreon.com/bow-and-arrow-tarot to be part of the draw for the Dreams of Gaio Tarot deck giveaway. Deck is going to be given away on August 15th by a random draw of all of my patrons over on Patreon. And all I ask for is just $1 a month donation from you all on that site to help me be able to get more of these tarot decks and oracle decks and do more unboxings and reviews and giveaways. All right. But for right now, thank you so much, and on to the video. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly reading for the sign of Aquarius. All right. Aquarius, my lovely, lovely air signs. We're going to change up the weekly spread a little bit. Try to get some more readings into the weekly spread, some more scenarios. So we're going to pull out 3 romance oracle cards this week instead of just the 2. We're also going to pull 3 spirit animal cards for you this week. Give you an idea of what kind of elements you're going to be dealing with in terms of relationships and dynamics this week, to help you clarify who these readings should be resonating with, okay? All right, Aquarius, let's get your three romance angel oracle cards out. We have first up, this could be the one. Beautiful. Second, religious factors. All right, so some of you have some cultural, religious factors that are affecting your love life and true love. All right, beautiful energy, true love. So you could be resonating with one or all of these cards, right? These angel oracle deck cards. We'll know as we start to pull out the spreads, but we're going to get your 3 animal spirits that you're dealing with this week. Aquarius. Alright, so first out, the starfish. Interesting. Starfish came out earlier for one of the readings. I believe it was Leo. Elephant energy. Starfish is water energy. Elephant is actually fire energy. Alright, you would think it would be earth, but it's actually fire. And then we have air energy, butterfly. So we've got water, fire, and air. No earth represented this week in terms of significant, relationships, connections, etc. Now, this is not to say that you're not dealing with an earth sign, but this is just like the predominant elements this week for those of you who are Aquarius. Now, before we get into your readings, let me just review quickly starfish, elephant, and butterfly energy. Starfish, of course, is it's water energy, but it's that type of shallow water energy. Starfish is all about the outside, right? Being the star, being the center of attention, right? Having everybody look at you, right? The starfish isn't all quite that shallow. It doesn't have that much of depth, Starfish energy individuals aren't going very deep. They just aren't. They're very superficial individuals, even though they're water energy. Their emotional capacity is quite narrow, I want to say, right? And so starfish beckons us to take care and to worry about our ego, to worry about our, to heed our desire to be in the spotlight. It could also be someone we're dealing with who desires to be very much in the spotlight. All right, and then we have elephant energy, which is fiery. All right, so the elephant is interesting. This is fire element. The elephant brings with it a determination. It's unstoppable, right? The elephant is very wise. Elephants really are, in general, very intelligent creatures. They have a deep kind of They have a deep capacity for understanding and learning and memory, remembering. You know, they're the caretakers of our history in a way, right? Because they have the ability to remember so much, right? And their memories are so long. So there's a wisdom of the ages that the elephant has, right? Because the elephant is old, is wise, does remember, and has this kind of unstoppable kind of fire to it, right? The elephant is extremely wise because it's learned from so many mistakes. It's learned from so many things that it's encountered, right? And so its understanding is very deep. Okay, now the elephant in general is going to be someone who's kind of also maybe a matriarch in the family, right? You could be dealing with someone who is like head of the household but feminine energy. You can also be dealing with someone who is kind of, I'm going to say a bit, sometimes elephants are, they're auspicious, right? So sometimes you could be dealing with someone who's quite, I want to say pious, right, in a way. Someone who's very religious, right? I wanted to be careful with the way I chose my words there because auspicious is really kind of just like notable, right, on a spiritual way, in a spiritual way. So it doesn't necessarily have to be someone who's like, let's say, a nun or a pastor or something like this. But this person certainly is recognized for their kind of spiritual energy and their auspiciousness, right? The elephant is also the great destroyer of obstacles, right? This is what I mean about this unstoppable force that the elephant has, you know? The elephant is known to kind of like... is known for being the one that tears down the trees in the forest, right? So anything that's in its way, that's in your way, it helps to clear out obstacles. Sometimes elephant energy will throw obstacles in our way to steer us in the right direction because the elephant is so wise and so much of a teacher in our lives, right? This spirit animal is very much a teacher when it comes into our lives, right? It helps us to very gently, sometimes in a very difficult way, it's hard on us, but they gently nudge us in the right direction, but persistently. They won't give up. They don't ram it home. They don't force it on you, but they have this kind of persistence, right? That just won't stop, right? And then we have butterfly energy, which is quite beautiful because butterfly energy is, again, air energy. And the butterfly is all, of course, about transformation, right? We all know that in all areas, the butterfly is about transformation. In all kind of belief systems, right? It's a very archetypal kind of animal spirit in terms of its representation, okay, over the years. Now, the butterfly also talks about being very creative, very sociable, right? The butterfly seems to be quite, I don't want to say vulnerable, but susceptible, right, to being hurt and fragile. I want to say quite fragile, but in fact, the butterfly can undergo huge transformations. You know, the butterfly talks about energy that we keep up during times of transformation. If you've ever seen a butterfly fly, they can go up very high, almost up to the top of our atmosphere because they don't have this need for pressure because of the way their bodies are constructed. They're able to fly for these really vast distances. Now it's not always under their own steam. They're able to catch sort of the winds, as it were, the hot air, the air currents, right? And they're able to catch the airs, they call it, and kind of allow that to carry them through. But there's an enormous amount of effort that is here with the butterfly. A butterfly can just keep going and keep going, you know, and especially during times of transition when things are really difficult, when things can be really discomforting for you, when you need to be a little bit more patient and kind to yourself. Because when you're going through a transformation, oftentimes we want it to happen really fast. Butterfly energy is there to support you, right? And of course, the butterfly talks about being sociable, and so it reminds us that at times like this, let our friends help you. Let your friends help you and support you if you're going through a difficult period, right? If you're going through a transformative period at all, right? So we have transformation with the butterfly and endurance. With the elephant, we have obstacles clearing out of our way to be on our true path, learning from our lessons. And then with the starfish, we have kind of like an attention situation of being the center of attention, maybe having some shallow feelings, not being able to go deep enough, all right, with certain relationships. Now we're going to do some spreads. We're going to look at a couple different scenarios for our various Aquarius out there, all right? Let's get right into it, Aquarius. All right. We have straight out the first one, Four of Wands, Knight of Swords, interesting, and Five of Cups. So there we have right out, we have Four of Wands, which talks about stability in a relationship. Certainly true love, right? Four of Wands comes from meeting your true love and then also wanting to stabilize that relationship, making a commitment to that relationship, right? Knight of Swords is coming in, though. There's a person who's coming in. This could be the person that you're meeting. This could be your lover in this relationship, and they're presenting with air energy. They could be the butterfly. They're the ones who come in. They're very, very feisty. They come in to kind of save the day at times. Yes, if you are going through a difficult period right now, Aquarius, and your person is certainly, if they're coming in with that kind of airy quality, they could certainly be presenting as a butterfly in your life. You know, someone who's really strong, who could really support you. Okay, but there is a worry, though. Somebody here in this situation is worrying about past relationships. Maybe you're worrying about making past mistakes with this individual. The promise of having this Four of Wands could be getting you, you or your person. I think this is really you, Aquarius. I think you're just a little worried, you know, that you may fall back into situations before where you remember perhaps feeling like this and then it didn't work out. Right? Try to remember that in Five of Cups, there's always two cups up. The card itself has inherent in it an opportunity for something better, an opportunity for things this time to work out, right? Five of Cups reminds us that even though we have had sadness in the past, right, with these three cups that have been knocked over, it reminds us that there is always hope for a better relationship in the future. And this is not to say that every relationship will always be bad. It always depends on timing and who you're with. But this is a beautiful kind of connection. And try not to get too solemn into your Five of Cups, you know, this week, certainly, because a lot of this comes out this week. Our next spread is Page of Wands, Six of Wands, and Three of Swords. All right, again, we have some more heartbreak, right? Okay, so somebody's come in. This is kind of a new relationship, I think. This is a new relationship that's kind of come in, and somebody's had like a bit of a victory. It could be you, Aquarius, right? Or it could be the person that you're meeting with, right? It's interesting. It could be like there's a bit of shallowness here because this person has come in and they've started this kind of new relationship with you. Page of Wands can certainly indicate like a youthful kind of connection with someone, the beginning of like a creative endeavor, the beginning of a creative relationship. It can certainly indicate the beginning of a relationship that somebody has come to you about, right? So the page comes to you with this staff, with this offer, you know, and it's like the offer of, you know, shall we do this together? Shall we talk about it? Shall we move forward, right? The page is feeling quite confident and creative, right? But it's interesting. They come into you and I think you go for it and then they have this kind of victory moment, which I think might be quite shallow. Somebody gets hurt, though. So for some of you are dealing with someone who's quite shallow and they are, how shall I say, they are, they may be coming towards you for different reasons than you imagine, okay? This could also be a religious situation, religious factors. For those of you who have families that kind of arrange who you should be with, or that, you know, you have religious or cultural factors that you have to consider, this could very much be the case for you as well, you know? The offer has been made, and you've had to take the offer. Somebody's quite happy about it, but I'm not necessarily sure it's you. Right? And then there's heartache, right? There's heartache afterwards in terms of like that this isn't really what you wanted, or someone gets their heart broken about this connection. I feel like this connection could certainly involve a starfish type energy. And so I'm just telling you to be careful with that if that resonates with you. All right, so some of you have 4 of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and 2 of Pentacles. So some of you certainly have had recently a lot of new opportunities that have come in, right? And you're kind of undecided, right? You've come from a period of kind of taking it easy, trying to strategize your next step. This could certainly have something to do with career. So maybe you've had something most recently that's happened in terms of your career, and it's allowed you to kind of like step back a little bit and really think about how you want to move forward, because you've worked really hard for a lot of the things that you have so far. And you have attained a certain amount of stability, but you want to maintain that stability. Yet at the same time, you want to try something new, right? So for some of you, the wheel is turning in this area, and you could be meeting new people, coming across new opportunities that are going to allow you to explore this kind of other area that you want to go forward in, right? But you're worried. Some of you are worried. You're either worried or you're in the process of like really juggling both options because you don't want to let one of them go, right? You don't want to completely let go what you have now because it's proven to be quite stable, right? So you don't want to completely let go of that, but you also want to give this new opportunity 100%, right? And you can't really do that by also holding on. So a couple of you out there are dealing with certainly something to do with your career, but it's also something to do that that you feel really passionate about, right? So this is a field you feel passionate about. For you people, for you Aquariuses that are resonating with this, you could be artists, right? Art or a way of creatively expressing yourself may be how you make your money. And so this is really resonating with you on a heart level in terms of maintaining stability, but also wanting to branch out and be more individual. You have King of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, some of you, 7 of Cups. So this spread is quite interesting. Some of you are dealing with a King of Wands energy, which is a very fiery individual. You're quite happy with them, right? I mean, this has probably been a long-term relationship, but something's happened most recently that's got you thinking about something else. You're starting to consider other areas in your life, other dreams for your life. Again, I think this is a scenario where religious factors, again, can indicate, cultural upbringing, status. I almost think that for some of you, this is for some of you who are a bit older, maybe, and you have spent a large portion of your life in this kind of relationship that was kind of a relationship of convenience or a relationship of status, a relationship that your family and your friends wanted you to have, that your social group wanted you to have, right? And so, yeah, your person is the King of Wands, but it's like there's no love there, right? It's just almost like, just an agreement. And some of you are coming to that stage in your life now where you're very disillusioned about all of this, and you're starting to really think about what you want for your life. Like you're saying to yourself, this can't be everything. I want something else. I want true love, right? Some of you are calling in love, true love, right? A lot of the spreads, a couple of these spreads so far have talked about bringing in something better or the desire to bring in something better. And certainly some of you are waking up later on in life after a long-term marriage that for all intents and purposes was a very happy marriage, a very happy union. You had everything you needed, but now you're just kind of like, wow, this can't be everything. Magician, 4 of Cups, and 4 of Pentacles. So again, stability. A lot of people are dealing with stability this week, Aquarius, right? You're trying to manifest a lot of kind of changes in your life. Now, I think for you, again, things are coming at you this week. If you're resonating with this, or you will be resonating with this reading, you're the Magician in the sense that things are coming at you pretty quick, pretty fast. A lot of different scenarios, obstacles are coming at you, and you're having to kind of like, be put in this position. You feel very much like you're being forced into this position of having to play the role of the magician, having to pull a solution out of your ass for all of these different things that are coming your way, right? Like, you can do it, but you're like, well, damn, this is literally a case of, like, what do you think I am? You think I'm a magician. Do you think I can just magic this shit up, right? And for some of you, to a certain degree, you can, because you have all of those kind of, like, abilities. You have everything you need to solve these issues, right? Sometimes people come to people like you, Aquarius, those resonating with this, because you have all the skills, because you know how to do so many different things. You're such an adept person in so many different areas in your life. You're not a master. People mistake magician for master, but you are able to come up with so many different solutions and manifest things to other people almost out of thin air. And so they're coming to you, and you're feeling really kind of pressurized this week. You're being pressured on the love front and financially. Some of you are being, some of you are being offered cups, and you're just like, nope, I don't want it. What are you offering me? You're being very, like, you've had enough, right? You've had enough in a way of being knocked off of your own square by worrying about everyone else. And so you're really trying to maintain stability in your own life and to work towards more of it, right? Some of you have had some really up and down relationships because for various reasons, but now you've just had enough of it. You're just over it. So, like, some of you, if that's how you've been feeling this week, you're going to be getting an offer from somebody, and that offer is going to be a pretty empty offer. And your ideas, your reaction is going to be like, and so what? Like, what are you offering me exactly? Because I've been down this road of just accepting cups without any kind of criteria, without any kind of proof that you are who you say you are, without any kind of evidence that you can actually back up the things you say. I've been down that road 3 times before. I'm not willing to go down that road again. And 4 of Cups is very much about that. This person is looking at a cup that looks exactly like everything else they've had before, and they realize now that it's all right to require somebody to do more. It's all right to require somebody to live up to a standard, or at least fulfill a certain basic kind of criteria before you allow them into your life. Right? And the same thing is going on with your finances. For some of you, you have opportunities coming in, or individuals coming in, things that are happening around you that's making you feel like you really need to maintain your financial stability, right? Some of you may be cutting down on expenses, or you may be, consolidating. Some of you may be investing some of your money. Whatever, you're very, very, this week you're very kind of focused on making sure you have what you need, right? And making sure that anybody who comes towards you is exactly the type of person you truly want. King of Wands, Lovers, and 5 of Wands. Wow. Okay. So for some of you, you're either representing a Queen of Wands. You're either representing as Queen of Wands, or you're dealing with the Queen of Wands, right, in your love life. And you have met this person, or somebody sees you as this person right now, meaning that you've been through a lot, and now you've kind of had this connection, this lover's connection, right? But there's a 5 of Wands happening. There is a bickering going on. There is a bit of a power struggle going on, right? Now, I wonder, again, if this is maybe family or friends who are fighting you about this love connection. And you're over here as embodying Queen of Wands, just looking on like, look, I'm going to do what I want to do, right? I'm Queen of Wands. I know what I want. I've been through a lot. I'm not going to, I'm a self-realized individual. The Queen of Wands has learned a lot about herself, that she's very unique and different. She doesn't toe the line of her family, per se, or her society. She's learned a lot about herself, and she's not willing to kind of bow down to other people's perceptions of her. Having said that, you're kind of looking on at all of this fighting that's going on, and you're kind of saying, wow, like, all of this is happening because I'm in love with somebody? Now, this could be friends who are fighting, family who are fighting, people who are just generally disapproving of your relationship. And this week, I think you find that out. You find out who it is that is disapproving of your relationship, or who it is that is maybe trying to cause problems with your relationship. And your eyes are really woken up, and you have yet again another Queen of Wands moment in terms of realizing something you didn't know. Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and 10 of Swords. Wow. So some of you have come from a really, you guys have really worked your way up from nothing, right? You've come from nothing and you've worked your way up. You've really put a lot of work into your passions, your career. You may have had times where you've had to change careers, right? But you've always continued to nurture this idea of being successful, right? Getting the most that you can out of life in a way, making your own money. The Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles is all of that, right? She embodies everything that we say you need to know in order to be successful in life. You know, you have to be smart, engaging, patient, nurturing, you know, understanding, hardworking. Everything she's accomplished through blood, sweat, and tears, right? And now, and I want to say that most recently, you're going to be getting this opportunity coming in, this Ace of Pentacles, right? And it's almost going to elevate you to your really true level, Queen Pentacles level, because it's like, it's almost as if maybe for some of you, you haven't had the status that you should have had with this, but you've done all the work, right? You embody Queen of Pentacles in every way, except the abundance just hasn't come in the way it should. And now finally the abundance starts to come in and your whole life changes. You're able to finally say goodbye to that part of your life that has been a struggle. Ten of Swords talks about an ending of a very, very difficult part of your life where you've just had to struggle, you've had a lot of knocks, and you're not the same person anymore. Ten of Swords talks about leaving a part of your life behind that has changed you fundamentally as a person. And so you come out of it with a whole new kind of ego, a whole new sense of self. But I think this is brought on by this opportunity or this money that comes in, this source of abundance that finally comes in after all of the work that you've got done. And it's starting to come in for you this week, Aquarius. Death, Queen of Cups, and King of Swords. All right, this is going to be the last spread. Big changes for some of you, huge changes, definitely in a sense that you have met your true love. You have met the person, I think, in a way that could certainly be the one. Something happened. For some of you, there was a big change in your life, and as a result of this change, this person has come into your life. Right? This person has come in. I want to say that you're embodying Queen of Cups. You're the one who's wanting to share love and to be love, express your love. And it's like you've met your King of Swords. You've met somebody who sees you, wants you, wants you for who you are, sees you for who you are. But they've only come in as a result of this big transformation. Like an example could be that, maybe some of you, maybe one of you out there have gone through, like most recently, you had to move, right? For whatever reason, you had to move. And the move wasn't necessarily something you wanted to do, but you had to do it, right? You had to do it for money reasons or job reasons or what have you. And it's like this whole change in your life. You've been very apprehensive about it. You didn't want to do it, but you did it, right? And so you being your Queen of Cups this entire time, you've been very kind of open about your feelings and your life. And, you're talking to various people, and then during this move you somehow meet or come across this individual, and it's like boom, you make this connection. This person comes in very much like a King of Swords. You're feeling very emotional because you're going through this transformation, and they come in at the perfect time with this kind of very logical, kind of like grounding swords energy. They make you feel better about your emotional state. They make you feel better about everything because they come in with this kind of authority, Aquarius, and you're kind of frazzled because of this change. And it's exactly what the doctor ordered in terms of somebody coming in to help you out. Somebody coming in, who's strong enough to be your king. And this is not gender specific. We're talking about energies here. This could be same sex, or this could be, the female could be embodying the King of Swords. It is not gender specific. All right, Aquarius, this is your reading for this coming week of August 4th to the 11th. There's various scenarios that some of you are looking at. All right, I hope this new spread resonated with you, and if it did, please sound off below in the comments. You know what to do if it resonated. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. All of those things help my channel to grow, and I do appreciate all of that from you guys out there, my regulars and those who are just stopping by. But for now, I'm just going to say thank you so much for stopping by Bow and Arrow Tarot and checking out this weekly Aquarius reading. Have a wonderful week, Aquarius, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.